Hey there Cosmic Warriors, and welcome back to another video. So in today's video we are going to be taking a look at the secrets, fears and ghosts for those of you who have Neptune in your 11th house, along with those of you who have Pisces ruling your 11th house within your natal birth chart. But before we do get into this, make sure that you give this video a like if you like it. Also make sure to subscribe if you have not already, and to click that little bell icon in order to keep yourself updated with further content from myself. And also one more quick thing to mention, if you would like to know more information all about your Neptune sign, your Neptune house, along with your Pisces house and your 12th house within your natal birth chart, then I have created a Pisces season/archetype ebook. So what I am going to do is I'm going to provide a link to that ebook in the description box below so that you can pick up your copy today if you would like. Alright, so with all those introductions out of the way, Neptune in the 11th house and Pisces ruling the 11th house individuals, let's do this. So if you have Neptune in your 11th house or Pisces ruling your 11th house, then what this suggests is that you're someone who seeks to be a part of a community that is compassionate, caring, and sensitive towards that community's main aim or goal or objective. The type of community that is willing to sacrifice individual views and opinions in order to merge with the greater whole or the greater good. So for example, this could be you joining a club or an organization whose main aim or goal is to help save the whales or rescue the endangered tigers. And even though each individual within that particular organization is going to have their own views surrounding that subject, they still manage to come together in unison and they all chip in. They all play their part, their role, regardless of their personal point of view. Though another example could be you joining a particular friendship circle here that aims to, let's say, hit the club or go out every weekend to party as one of the main sort of goals. So each person within that particular friendship circle, sure, yes, may possess various different views, like where should we go this week, or what should I wear, or what music am I feeling? Can my bladder really take another week of this madness? All these different views and opinions may be going through each individual's mind, but essentially each member is willing to adapt or adjust themselves so that everybody can collectively come together and head out. However, it's this same merging and fluid and flexible process that can be somewhat confusing, as well as the whole tendency of you, Neptune in the 11th house, Pisces ruling the 11th, finding that you make most sacrifices for everybody else within that group. And what I mean by this is that you may be somebody who finds yourself overwhelmed by how much you shift gear or you adjust yourself in order to go along with the crowd. You may even befriend really unreliable friends, for example, the types of friends that don't follow through with plans and commitments, or the types of friends who emotionally manipulate you in order to get their way without you realizing it or being aware about it, or possibly the type of friends that play the victim anytime that they are called out for their shit. Naturally, if this is the case, it could be suggested that they're not very good friends, are they? But yet, at the same time, there may be something deep inside of you that says, oh sure, but they'll change. They're not that bad. And maybe by you hanging out with that particular friendship circle, you can be the person to sweep in and save the day and really help them come to their senses. Heck, you could find yourself in a social situation where the group you're with are doing drugs or taking part in some illegal activity, but instead of you going with what your intuition tells you, you might dissolve your ego and just kind of flow with it. I mean, better that way than expressing how you truly feel only to become deeply hurt by others' opinions, especially given that you might be very sensitive towards the feedback that you receive from these people. So in this respect, you may be someone who blends in when it comes to group scenarios and dynamics. And this is something that I think you should be aware of if you're not already aware of it, because naturally this can lead to all sorts of implications and inner chaos, such as you being victimized, or you performing acts that are harmful towards yourself and others, or you feeling lost and somewhat meaningless as an individual. And without a solid ego or a solid sense of self within the parties and the groups and the communities that you join, whatever it may be, it kind of leaves you open and very vulnerable to being taken advantage of. Therefore, I think that it's important and beneficial that you speak up when you need to, or walk away from friendships that are no longer serving you, potential friendships that are even toxic or deceptive. On the other hand though, it could very well be suggested that you've simply lost friends due to you drifting apart. Now, you might physically connect with these friendships again, but it's still that emotional connection that stays with you even though you may be physically disconnected. You might even find yourself daydreaming about the experiences that you had with your friends in the past, for example, and then you sort of start smiling to yourself unknowingly, and when you're actually in the presence of your friends, you might absorb their emotions and sort of feel like you're really a part of them, suggesting that it can become this whole dynamic of their pain is your pain, and their suffering is your suffering, and their joy is your joy, and their happiness is your happiness, and you just feel all of that. Now, like I said, you might seek to be a part of a caring and compassionate community, suggesting that you're someone who is willing to go above and beyond for members within that particular community that you happen to be a part of, whether that be a friendship or a club or an organization. And you also may be highly sensitive towards other people's feelings within that particular community or group dynamic, and so you may try your very best not to offend others or hurt their feelings, further implying that you can be somewhat passive or avoidant within these group dynamics, which may possibly lead to disappointment and uncertainty, along with potentialities for lies, deceit, dishonesty, etc. Now, some examples of how this might play out, so looking at friendships to give a context here, some examples include passive-aggressive tendencies, or ghosting, aka disappearing acts without any explanation, or this could be keeping secrets from friends within the group, or there being a bit of sneakiness within the group where friends start to go behind each other's backs and talk about particular friends without that particular friend being present. Oh yeah, it can get messy real fast. Now, it could very well be a scenario where you even change your behaviour based on who enters the group, and this makes it very difficult for members in the group to understand you. Then again, maybe members within that group don't overly mind, just as long as you're being kind to each individual person, right? But having said that, it makes it difficult to get a concrete or solid opinion on your behalf. Though on a more positive note, perhaps other members within the group you join actually look up to you in a lot of ways. So they might come to you for guidance, for example, or for wisdom, or they might feel a genuine connection with you. They might even feel like they have some sort of spiritual connection with you. They may even feel as if they've known you in a past life, for example. Or they might possibly admire your gift of adapting your own identity so that you do feel closer and more intertwined with other people. Furthermore, you might gravitate towards the creatives, to the musicians, to the artists, these types of groups, or to the ones who dare to dream. I'm talking people taking you by the hand, so to speak, and leading you into territories that you never thought possible. So for example, this could be you meeting your favorite musician, or getting backstage passes to a concert, or this could even be you going behind the scenes of a really cool movie set, or even winning a free photo shoot, possibly even fun passes to Disneyland. Then again, it could even be something as simple as attending movie theaters, or art classes, or acting classes, or healing practices, or psychic readings, etc. However, another thing that I want to mention is that perhaps, just perhaps, you have gravitated towards groups that possess a victim mentality. This could be you and these individuals wallowing in self-pity, for example, or wallowing in their own pain and suffering. On the other hand, perhaps you seek to be a part of a cause or a movement that is geared towards helping victims, such as you standing up for the rights of victims who have been abused. And this also makes me think that quite possibly you're somebody who has joined or would like to join a certain support group. So kind of going back to the whole victim mentality, it could very well be here, Neptune in the 11th, the Pisces ruling the 11th, that you're somebody who you wish to be a part of a group that is focused on healing, is focused on coming together in unity and really helping each other through it, pulling each other through that. Also further suggesting to me that you're someone who is maybe an advocate for mental well-being, mental health, and perhaps you even dream of a utopia where the world is healed from mental illness due to how so many people suffer. So essentially, this is a highly idealistic view, and some would argue that you're quite the dreamer in association with the future of mankind and where it's headed. Perhaps you possibly hope or wish for more romance even in the world, or maybe you wish that the world was less divided and it was much more about togetherness, or maybe you wish or hope for a world where society can express how they truly feel without judgment or ridicule, or even a world where humans practice just kindness and acceptance. Ultimately though, you're someone who really hopes for peace and serenity amongst humanity. Following on from this point, another thing to keep in mind when it comes to the 11th house is how it can represent the hive mind, aka the group mind. And this is when a group of people, they become aware of their commonalities. And so they all think and act as a community. And then the group of individuals, what they do is they share their knowledge and their thoughts and their resources with each other within that group. Kind of what I've been saying already. But still, we notice so many hive minds on social media, as there are so many communities that are created online. So in your case, Neptune in the 11th house, Pisces ruling the 11th, this could very well be you emerging yourself into a social media community that maybe involves fantasy movie fan pages or groups, or into photography networks, or musician groups, or even sea life clubs. You might be a big fan of Instagram due to how you can get super artsy and creative, or you might even enjoy using TikTok due to how you get to use your imagination. Or maybe you're someone who joins esoteric or spiritual communities online, like astrology forums or tarot card YouTube channels or meditation classes and subscriptions. On the other hand, maybe you're the type of individual who is highly susceptible to all of these things, meaning that you may get sucked into such communities, further suggesting that you can have the tendency of blindly following along with the ideologies or the principles associated with the hive mind. Heck, you might even be addicted to these communities. Which, quick side note, funnily enough, Neptune was in the sign of Aquarius from around 1998 until about 2012, and this right here is quite a similar vibration to these placements as mentioned. And what happened during this transit? Well, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter and Instagram were all created. And it's been argued that these platforms were actually designed to get people addicted. Though still, when it comes to you, Neptune in the 11th house, Pisces ruling the 11th, it's you who has the tendency of merging so much with the hive mind within whatever community you're a part of that you then start to dissolve your ego. So much so that the group's objective or aim is continuously filtered through your thoughts and your opinions. You might even project the hive mind concept onto others that you meet or associate yourself with, suggesting that you may unknowingly try to convert others to follow what you do. Okay then, Cosmic Warriors, so that concludes my video on the secrets, fears and ghosts for those of you who have Neptune in your 11th house or Pisces ruling your 11th house within your natal birth chart. Now, if you do happen to have any of these placements, let us know what you thought of the video in the comment section down below. But with all that being said, thank you so much for watching, thank you for subscribing, and if you would like to see more videos from myself and you have not yet subscribed, then go right ahead and click that subscribe button, and also make sure that you give this video a like. And I will be back with another video very, very soon. Bye!